Let's get Coach Best in. He came over to the guys. Appreciate you coming in, Coach. Good to see you. Take us back when you were playing for Dudley back in the day. When was your time?
2003 through 2007. My last football season was 2006.
Were you part of any of those state championship runs back in the day?
Yeah, I was a part of the team that we lost in 2004 to Rolling Springs Crest.
Okay.
And, that was my sophomore year. We lost to Brandon Spike's team.
Brandon Spikes again. That's right. So you weren't with them when they had that game against Ashbrook that year?
No, I was gone. I was long gone by then.
Gotcha. So
no, I'm sorry. Ashbrook. That was the year right before I came.
Right before you hit DeMario Presley and Edwards back in the day.
Yes. They were seniors when I got there.
Gotcha. Yes. Gotcha. Going against Brandon Spikes and those guys back in the day. Who was your quarterback back then? Trey Perry?
Trey Perry and Howard Williamson.
Howard Williamson. How about Gerald Kennedy? Was he around back then?
He was a senior when I first got there. So he was leaving when I was coming in.
Some good days at Dudley.
Yes.
How did you end up back there as a coach? Did they come looking for you? Did you go looking for them?
Well, when I finished up over at A&T, I came back and I always would go to the football games, and I always just talk with Coach Davis and joke with him, talking about I know every play you call it before you call it, and then me joking with him turned serious, and then I ended up on the coaching staff. My first year was their freshman year, matter of fact. So this is my fourth year. So I've been with these boys for 4 years. So
talk about your area of responsibility in the coaching department.
Well, right now I am the wide receiver coach and the co-offensive coordinator. So
that passing game at Dudley has developed as part of your crafty work.
I like to think so. Trying to get. The stereotype of Dudley just being a running team.
So sometimes you guys are like some teams, like Southeast, I've seen them do this. Sometimes they'll come out passing, almost like they do it on purpose, just to show the teams that they can pass. Do you guys do it like that, or is it part of the play system?
We definitely have it part of our, our team script, and it's definitely part of our package. We want to keep teams honest. Everybody knows that Dudley can run the ball. So we want to keep them honest, and we definitely have some explosive athletes on the outside. Like Khalil said earlier, when you got a kid like Yasho who would just jump out the gym and just with the size he has, you got to get athletes like that to football.
I tell you, Cannell Young last week had a nice catch for a TD for you guys too.
Yeah, we've been messing with him all week. He claims he's a running back, and we've been telling him he's a receiver in the future. He's only in the 10th grade, but we saying with hands like that. I'm going to go ahead and take him next year.
This offense has come a long way from back when you were Dudley Panther. I told somebody a couple weeks ago we were watching a game, into the game, maybe about a minute and a half left to play. Teams got the lead, trying to run the clock out. They go to the I formation. Back in the day, I saw it was the I formation. Now look at these guys spread out everywhere.
Yeah, football has developed, and you see a lot more spread teams, and you're trying to get guys to the outside. But anytime you can line down, and control the clock, especially with a win, and when you're strong and big up front, you can punish teams a little bit. They wear down in the fourth quarter. So that's our goal, and that's one of the things that we preach. We get a lead early at the fourth quarter is ours. We're gonna pound on them. We're gonna try to make them quit. So that's what our mindset is. We think we got, especially in the trenches. We think we can outmatch man for man. So that's where we think we can do.
Do you see both teams, Southeast and Dudley, both probably putting the ball in the air Sunday morning?
Yes, especially with Southeast, they're definitely going to try it downfield. Just keep honest. They have the ability to throw. I know their quarterback Craven has a really good arm on him. Like I said, Southeast is just because the way their offense is, they don't always throw the ball, but they have the ability to throw the ball. And so
the good thing about it is if you shut down the Southeast run and force them to throw instead of throwing first as part of their running game, you definitely have to change the tide of that game.
Yeah, that's how I say get them in long situations. Situations where kind of get them uncomfortable. Your wing T offense is designed to keep it short. You want third and short, you want second and short. But if you can get those type of teams in second and long and third and long, then that's what kind of makes them uncomfortable a little bit.
Who were some of the receivers that you were joined with at the wideout spot back when you were with Dudley?
It was myself. I had Kennedy Ahinichu.
Mr. Ahinichu, basketball player and a football player.
Yes. I had Ahinichu. I had Kenny Okoro. He was younger than me.
Oh my gosh. Kenny Okoro brings
Derek Blacknall, Jeremy Green. it was so many of us. We just went through. It was the competition was so tough. You know, it was a full rotation. That's how we. You know, the one thing that was hard to beat that was Kennedy. I hinted you because he was 6'6", and it was hard to be 6'6" out there.
And you said Trey Perry and Williamson were throwing the ball your way back in those days.
And also while Howard Williamson was the quarterback, Trey Perry also lined up at receiver.
Boy, he did well in college as receiver, didn't he?
Yes, he's been my best friend since kindergarten, and yes,
James Trey Perry, yeah.
James Milton Perry III, like I like to call him.
He's a good one.
Yes, he's a very good one.
He broke some records in Gardner-Webb in Big South Conference too.
Yes, he has leading receptions and yards for Gardner-Webb. So he did some very big things down there.
You made the transition from Dudley to A&T. Did you keep playing when you got to A&T?
Yes, I played at A&T and then I hurt my shoulder. I tore my chest muscle and then kind of never got back right. So when I got hurt, that's when I kind of shifted my focus, over to coaching. Let me see what I can do with the coaching.
Do you like that part of the game to get these guys fired up?
This year I guess I've taken over it. The kids look forward to it.
I know
they look forward to it, and I think what it is, it gets them excited to play Dudley football. We've been preaching to the kids the last couple of years. We got to get back to putting the fear of Dudley football back in opponents. We've been telling them that schools don't feel Dudley anymore. We got to get back to.
You want them to be intimidated, especially when they come to your place.
Yes, we like to have kids that had a mindset that no matter where we go, this is Dudley field, and
you
we
still
have to
got
play.
The chant going when you go down to Southeast tomorrow night too on the opponent's field.
Yes, sir. We ready. We ready to take over the field. That's our mindset. That when we line down, as soon as we strap up, it becomes our field, and that's how we play football.
Tell you what, you guys have played it well so far. There seems like for the players too, just the thought about them, it's probably when it gets. I don't think your guys be that worried. They might be a little bit nervous. So if you got a key game coming up, maybe the conference title, staying unbeaten is a big thing too. Kind of gets in the back of your mind. But that chant, that yell, that scream, it gets that frustration, that some of the energy out, get that ready, and gets you pumped up to play.
Well, the kids know how big this game is. We've been preaching to them how we can't look forward, to what's going on next week. Next week will take care of itself. This game is going to determine next week. All we've been determined. We've been telling the kids, we win this game, we might have #1 seed. We lose this game, we could drop down to an 8th seed. So our focus is winning, is playing Southeast and beating Southeast.
Yeah, the key is you win the game. At least you have a chance to get that #1 seed. It could go any way, but definitely you got a chance to be there.
And like the kids said, we haven't had a conference title since 2008. When Ricky Lewis led his team in 2008. So we have a chance, and the kids know what's at stake. We've been preaching all week how we got to come out and execute, because Southeast is a great football team. We had to keep the kids said last week that they're going to come down, they're going to line down to play Southeast football, and we got to line down and meet them with Dudley football.
Tell you what, you had back-to-back titles back in the day behind Ricky Lewis. Do you see any similarities? Everybody wants to make these comparisons, but it always comes to your head anyway. Emmanuel Mosley, is he a similar quarterback to what Lewis did?
Well,
it seems like he's a better passer because Ricky didn't pass a lot.
Ricky had the ability to pass, but he was such a great runner that many times his team wasn't in a position where they had to pass. I know back in 2008, it was 3rd and 12. We can call quarterback ISO and Ricky would go get it.
I remember a game at Oxford Webb, left sideline. Ricky Lewis, he took Oxford Webb and carried the team on his back that night.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was cold. He put.
Remember Oxford Webb had that Thorpe kid who later came to play for Greensboro College. Heck of an athlete, but Ricky took over.
Yeah, he said to you on the sideline, 22. He said put it on 22, and that's what. And that's how the kids are this year. We've had a lot of comparison to the 2018, just as far as size and the defense, and even. Coach Davis and Coach Mack, we got the boys down in the summer, and we lined them up to try to see the potential that they had. Said we lined them up, especially our defense. We matched them up with every kid from 2008, and and like I said, even when you were talking about Ricky and versus Emmanuel, Emmanuel was a little bit faster than Ricky, but Ricky was just a once-in-a-lifetime type of high school player. You don't see many Ricky Lewis's, but Emmanuel has done a great job for us.
See, Emmanuel does running good too. He runs inside well, and he's got little shifty moves, just very quick shifty moves.
And, the one thing we've been trying to teach Emmanuel is just get down. You know, he's such a competitor.
When to go down?
Yeah, learn when to go down. He's such a competitor that, you know, he wants to fight every yard, and we keep telling him how much we need him. So he's been learning that, but yeah, he's great. And, you know, if you give him a seam, you could kiss it goodbye, because he has the speed to take it to the house every time.
I think I've seen Page did a little bit of it, shut down that inside a little bit against him.
Yeah, Page has a great team, a great defense. They run a great defensive scheme, and you know, we had our struggles with it, but we felt because they're such a great run stopping team, we can beat them through the air. And, you know, the conditions weren't ideal last week, you know, on the field, so you know they kind of hindered both teams a little bit. But I feel like the boys came out focused, and defense gave us a great chance last week. So, you know, defense put us in great positions, even though we didn't put them
a few turnovers in that game last week.
You know, we had a lot to fix this week, you know, and that's a good thing. When you're having the success that you're having, but you have room to get better and things to improve on, that's a great thing. You know, special teams weren't too good for us last week, so we've been working on that this week, and, you know, we put defense in a bad spot a lot, especially.
Had a couple of good picks last week, though.
Yes.
Emmanuel picked off a pass.
You know, teams haven't been really throwing at him this year, and then he's taking advantage of it. Page tried to throw one deep on him, and he got behind him. He had great coverage and went up the highest point and got the ball, and he set us up for a great score with the interception.
Your defense helps your offense.
Yes, our defense, they put us in great situations, you know. They've given us a lot of reps because the defense has had a lot of 3-and-outs this year, you know, especially our first string, a lot of 3-and-outs. So they put us in great spots and, you know, giving us great field position. So, you know, we can keep the offensive playbook open a little bit.
Norris Best with us, one of the coaches at Dudley with the Dudley Panthers. Shane Shack for a Thursday night. Dudley Southeast on Friday night. And again, Coach Best, receiver for the Panthers back in the day. And let's quickly kind of close her down. You guys want to get back, check out, I'm sure, the second half of that JV game.
Right.
Dudley hoping to upset Southeast, kind of set the tone in that one. Tough loss at Page to the JVs last week. I think it was like 42-33.
Yes.
Huge offensive game.
Yeah, JV, we had some troubles last week just getting lined down. We had a lot of mental mistakes. But, you know, sometimes a loss is better than a win.
Sure,
and, you know, and this is they've been a lot more focused this week. This is a great time for them to refocus and for a task at hand. You know, we've had a great week of practice with the JV, and hopefully they're getting the job done right now.
I even told somebody those losses at Northern Guilford got those 2 forfeits. Those may help them down the road.
Right.
That might be a point to just kind of notches things in a different direction. Those guys, a good awakening call for those guys.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said, you know, Northern has a great program, and I've been telling people those 2 losses, they're still undefeated on the field. You still got to beat Northern Guilford on the field, and they have a great team. And like I said, you know, you have to take care of your JV because that's the future of your program. Sure. And then, you know, you got to put in the same amount of time with them, and that's what we've been doing. We got back to a lot of the basics this week. Hopefully they're showing it tonight.
And you got to be dreaming now, guys. Thinking about tomorrow night's big game against South. You got to dreaming ahead a little bit because I like to look at those potential projections and matchups. If you get in the playoffs, we'd love to see a game. We always dream about these dream matchups. I'd love to see Charlotte Catholic come to Dudley. That'd be a heck of a game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the way it's projected right now, they have Charlotte Catholic in the West as well as us, and you know, they have a great running back in Elijah Hood. You know, he's almost at 2,000 yards already, headed to Carolina. Big back, and they have a great program. Coach Otto just has a great program down there. Charlotte Catholic, you know, we haven't played it since 2007 in a state championship game, and so that'll be a great matchup for both teams. They have a great program, and we have a great program. So hopefully, we win tonight. We make them come to the top, as we like to say. You got to come to the top.
What have you learned from Coach Davis? Not only back maybe in the playing days, but in the coaching days. He's bound to be a big influence on your life.
Yes, like I said, Coach Davis, I've known him for a long time. You know, he's helped me grow just not only as a football coach, but as a man, and you know, especially just the game of football, what it takes to run a program, a successful program, and what kind of adult figure you need to be in a kid's life. You know, it's just how being a football coach is more than just the X's and O's on the field. He's a great mentor, and he's taught me just so much about the game and, you know, how to set up your game plan and everything. So the last 4 years under Coach Davis has been just excellent.
You probably got these practice plans down in your mind right now.
Yeah, you know,
head coach.
And things haven't really changed since I was playing with him. You know, like we like to tell the kids that Coach Davis has gotten soft over the years. He was much harder on us, but you know, he's still great, and you know, how to run a program has probably been the biggest thing. You know, how he runs his program is top notch.
And Coach Mack is right there. He's pushing the same buttons, right?
Yes, Coach Mack. I've been scared of Coach Mack since I was in middle school.
I was asking the players, how do you get on Coach Mack's good side, which is a good thing. You want a tough coach like that because he takes no junk. I've seen him in his practices early season, August, down in the heat. You guys are practicing just off Highway 29, that little gully, that little valley there. And Coach Mack's telling those kids, stand up, stand up.
And I tell the kids now, back my 8th grade year, I was a quarterback at Allen. We were undefeated, and that was probably the worst game I ever played, the game that Coach Mack came to watch me play. My sister was at Dudley at the time, and he knew I was coming to Dudley. So I seen him on the sideline. I couldn't even focus because
it's like having a pro scout there.
Just having Coach Mack there. He's excellent. Coach Mack is Dudley football. You know, you got ask kids. You won't find a better strength and conditioning coach than Coach Mack. You know, he has the guys so strong. You know, we've had probably since I've been here. You know, even through high school and as a coach now, more kids in the 300-pound club than I've seen in most schools, you know. And he the way he works the kid and how he gets the most out of them. Coach Mack is Dudley football.
Coach Norris.
Thank you.
Norris Betts with us from the Dudley Panthers. Good luck in the game tomorrow night. Thanks for having us come over. Appreciate it, Coach.